know how it works like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right, the situation gonna be.
Yeah, so I'm like, that's different from Shopper's World. So, because my boss used to just come in like bus hangers or redress the mannequins and put something new on. That's what my boss used to let her come in and do. Mm-hmm. And she should love every bit of it. She's loved it.
And that's the same thing I was saying. Like in all the businesses I've ever worked for, I was cool with all the owners to where I could bring like my daughter to work or my nephew, because they knew that I was responsible enough to take care of the business as well as take care of whoever I had in there with me. So.
Yeah, I don't want me to look for them damn shoes, so on the window.
What size?
10.
Oh.
He really put it around his hand, but to get him when he did a 10.
Mhm. It's Sunday, y'all.
Here they go, right here. Wait till I tell him.
Oh, they got him in his size?
Yep, wait till I tell him.
Oh yeah, he gonna be excited. He gonna be even more excited if the wifey get him for him. If the wifey get him for him, he gonna be really excited. Hello?
I'm about to tell him, like, man, I found those shoes. You want to put them in the bag for me?
You know what? It's Sunday. I think they still got some events for the Detroit Derby going on. I might have to slide up in there. But I have to do something to my hair.
I know that over there by Navarre Hellman's playground and stuff, girl, it's so packed over there. Because my daughter's school they officially got a football team and stuff, all that stuff now.
Finally?
Yes.
Girl.
So they having...
Wait a minute. They having that little thing right now with Central Michigan. I just posted about it and I talked about it on my radio station. Central Michigan having some type of like a recruitment or training day or something like that over there. I'm about to go over there. Thank you for reminding me.
It's so packed over there.
Yeah, I'm about to find me a husband over there.
My son, he go outside this morning. He said, "Mom, what's going over there at Takia's school?" I'm like, "I don't know, Mama. What you talking about?" So I look out. I mean, it's cars everywhere. But my daughter said that she forgot that since they got a football team now, they're having a meet and greet so they can meet the other teams that they're gonna be going up against.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, "Oh, okay," because it's packed over there.
Yeah, I'm about to go over there and find me a husband.
It's crazy over there.
Because I don't want to be married in y'all family no more.
Girl, that's true. When they say when you marry someone, you don't marry just that person.
You marry the whole family?
Girl,
I was in a situation where, I fell out with the mama because I told the mama on some stuff like this. I told the mama, I said, I feel like you want my man to be mad all the time. Mm-hmm. Like we be having a good day till we come over to your house and you tell him something and then I have to deal with, you know what I'm saying, like the aftermath of whatever you done told him or hey, how you doing? And then I got to deal with the aftermath of getting him together or making him back happy.
Exactly.
First off, let's be honest. We got customers.
I think we got one.
Okay, because I was about to say this. Oh, so we're not doing that to make you happy. Mm-hmm. You want something to eat? You know what I'm saying? I'm not that type of stuff. You want me to buy you something? You want to go out to the movies? Because that's his thing. He always like to go to the movies and stuff like that. So that, but I only do that when I feel you deserve it or when I feel like I want to do it. Mm-hmm. Ain't no forcing on none of that. Because if that's the case, once again, lockjaw.
Right.
Lockjaw. I'm just being honest. Like on some stuff like this. This is how petty the stuff was. She called. We had missed maybe like 2 or 3 days going over there because I had told him the same thing. I feel like every time you go over to your mama's house, you pick up that energy that they have over there and you bring that back to our house. Like when we go over there, she be like, "Oh, let me tell you this and let me tell you." Like, no, we don't want to. We didn't come over here for that. You know what I'm saying? And then why you telling him about something that happened 2-3 days ago and expect him to take care of it when it could have been taken care of 2-3 days ago or when it happened?
Exactly. When I said with Kerwin, when I first got with Kerwin, I had so much. Not saying like I'm trying to make him how I want him to be, but like I had to get him used to like so much stuff. So like, cause Kerwin, he's stubborn. He still is to this day. Cause that's that Aries in him. He's stubborn. But like Kerwin, he wasn't like my oldest is not, of course, it's not Kerwin's child. Mm-hmm. But we've been together since she was 3.
You was telling me that.
So, you know what I'm saying? He is daddy to her. But it's just like, okay, I used to get mad at him. I'm like, you quick to tell everybody that that's your daughter. You know, she your daughter and all this, that, and I said, but especially when my son came along, our son came along, you know, I'm like, they brothers and sisters. Now that they older, I said, they brothers and sisters, they going to get into it all the time. You know what I'm saying? That's just what siblings do. You know what I'm saying? So, they'll be part.
Was that baby girl from the other side that came over
I
here?
think so. But, like, it was an incident.
Don't tell me they was coming to make sure I was gone.
I don't know, but there was an incident where I guess, you know, my son and my daughter got into it, whatever. They were arguing and all this stuff, and I think my son hit her. So I had got on him. I said, first of all, that's your sister. You don't put your hand on your sister. You know what I'm saying?
You the protector.
Exactly. So, of course, she hit him back just out of, you know what I'm saying? That's how we raised somebody. You hit their ass back.
And plus, they siblings fight.
Right.
What we expect.
So he got like such an uproar. I mean, he got upset. I mean, I had to cut him to it because I felt some type of way because he was cussing her like, you know what I'm saying, like
Daddy.
Kerwin, like he was cussing at her like not like that they were like she was somebody else's kid. You know what I'm saying? Don't put your motherfucking hands on my door. And I said, okay, hold on, pump the brakes.
Right.
First of all, you don't need to be talking to her like that. I understand you upset, but not to this one. No, don't talk to her like that.
Right.
2, don't put that divide in there and say my son. You know what I'm saying? Just say don't hit him. You know what I'm saying? I always feel some sort of way because if you're accepting her as your child, don't say mine.
Right, because then that's the division again.
That's the division, yeah.
Totally.
So, you know, he said, but I don't mean it like that. I said, but I said, every time you get upset with them, so you always throw that my son or my kid. I'm like, she's supposed to be your child too. You see what I'm saying? So don't
responsibility
do that.
for both
and I was
of
like,
them.
don't put it. It was a point where he was putting KJ up on the pedestal. I'm like, don't put that, you know, KJ on the high pedestal because in the long run, that's gonna make Tequila feel some sort of way towards her. You know, towards KJ. You see what I'm saying?
Favoritism.
Yeah, it's favoritism, and that's how. And like so, their relationship was kind of on the rocks at first. So now he's slowly trying to repair it. You know what I'm saying? Because he realizing what he's doing. Like at first, my daughter.
But that's what an adult's supposed to do. Realize your mistake and correct it. You're not supposed. If you continue repeating the same thing over and over and over, it's not called a mistake after so many times.
Exactly.
Like that's what I was saying. Like even in the situation that I was talking about, it's like once, and then it was crazy. Like I addressed the fact of, you know, like, and I believe the question was asked of me, and I gave the answer, and she didn't like the answer, and whatever, and I was like, and she basically made a big deal out of it, and went back and told him like, we got into it, or I cussed her out. And I mean, I might have said a couple of cussing words in the midst of the conversation, but it wasn't no cussing words directed toward her in an angry tone, or like, you know, like I was going off on her or anything like that. Like I said, I could have been like, yeah, like every time we come over to your house, you know what I'm saying, we got to deal with some BS, or you know what I'm saying, he always mad when we leaving here, and I got to go home and try to, you know, kiss his ass or whatever. I'm just saying, like, but whatever, she made it seem like it was a big deal. And he just totally took her side. Like, my mama told me this, my mama told me that, mama. And I'm like, I say, okay. I say, I apologize to your mama. Let me just go ahead and apologize to her. And I was like, you know what I'm saying, which I did. But I'm like, at the same time, I feel like I'm apologizing for a lie. Because it's a lie that was said. I didn't go off on your mama. So I don't understand why I'm apologizing for it, like I disrespected her. But since she felt like I disrespected her, and this is the same way I feel. If I feel like a person is disrespecting me, I don't want to be around that person. I don't, because I'm not about to bow down, you know what I'm saying, hold my tongue, bite my, you know what I'm saying, none of that, grit my teeth. I'm not about to do all that. I want to be comfortable in my surroundings. So if I feel like you disrespecting me or anything like that, I don't want to be around you. Let's be real. So that's how I felt. Like, you know, would it be like, oh, I'm going over to my mama's house. Okay, I'll stay here.
You all have a good day.
I'd be like, okay, I'm staying here. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you want to take me around somebody who said I disrespected them? Exactly. And then, why would you want to take somebody who disrespected your mother back around them? Which one is you choosing? You know what I'm saying? Because then if it really came down to picking and choosing, you're supposed to pick your mama. You ain't supposed to be laid up over here with me. Because then it's like, okay, you laid up over here with me, but you telling me to come around here and kiss your mama ass.
Exactly.
But why? When I'm in a relationship with you. I don't have to lay up with your mama. I don't have to, you know, fuck, suck, or whatever your mama. I don't do all that, so that's why I keep saying, like, when it comes down to a relationship, the relationship is between the two people that's involved in the relationship, the one and the two. The extras don't even count. Because then you got them people on the extras be the ones wishing on your downfall.
And that's what's that. Like, there was incidents, so there were times, like, where Kerwin, like, that's why I had to tell him, like, when you marry a person, like, that falls in play again. When you marry a person, you don't marry just a person, you marry the whole family.
Baby.
So I told him, so, like I said, my mom, I got put in foster care system when I was 7. I got adopted when I was 9.
Wow.
So I didn't see my mama for years.
See how much stuff we got in common? I was adopted when I was 4.
Okay, yep. So, and I didn't see my mama for years until I started going to high school, and I ran into my god sister, and she was telling me, like, well, you know, Cece's stay right up the street from the school. So that's when I went and saw my real sister, like, again, after for years. And then, so should I started, hello.
Great, how are you?
Long story short, I started seeing my mom, but so now, so it's like, I think my mama
what can you do?
is regretting, my mama's okay. So I think my mama, she does what she does for my kids the way she do, because she feels some sort of way about the situation with me getting put in foster care. You see what I'm saying? So, like, my mom breaks her neck to do whatever for the grandbaby. You see what I'm saying?
But at the same time, that also show you that she there to support you regardless of what y'all went through.
Right.
Totally.
So, like, I remember when, before we started seeing each other, we used to talk on the phone. My mom, she was like, well, do you hate me for what happened? I said, no, you my mother. You're going to always be my mother. I said, and I still love you regardless. I said, but at the same time, I can say I just dislike some of the choices you
made.
Yeah.
Totally.
So she was like, okay,
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff to discuss and talk about. We got a whole series that we can make a whole show about, like a whole, like we could make this a visual and audio show, because the situation you talk about with your mama, I actually went through with my mom, to where she probably even feels to this day that I hold a grudge against her. And I've been explaining to her since I was 18, like, I don't hold a grudge against you. I thank you for giving me up, because I would not have wanted to be raised in that situation, even though I didn't have a choice, because I was a kid, didn't know what was going on, or knew what was best for me. But I thank God, because I get to compare and contrast. I get to compare the children you gave up to the children you kept, and how they were raised.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So
I do that all the time.
With my with the kids, because my mother has 10 kids, so the first 6 were taken from her through the state and raised, given out through foster care. Then she turned around and had 4 more. So then 4, the last 4 is the ones that she had custody of. And ain't nothing wrong with none of us. Let's be honest, ain't nothing wrong with none of us. It's just the way that the way I feel, and it's just my opinion. The way I feel is like we are manipulated by our mother. By her being our mother, we give her the opportunity to manipulate us, because we are looking for her approval. And I say that to say this, like, even when I was, I was in my adopted family, but it was like, even growing up, you want to know where you came from, who your parents is, So, fighting with my adopted mother, always arguing with her, because she used to be like, when you adopted, you're not supposed to see your biological family.
Right, and that's
true.
That's what my adopted mother, the same thing she told me.
You're supposed to be axed out from them.
But she allowed the phone calls at first.
And she allowed it, but what I'm saying is she allowed it knowing that the state could either come and take us back, knowing that the state can take her parental license, all that stuff. She allowed it because she felt that was the best for us, regardless of the circumstances of what the outcome could have been. So, and then, like I said, I'm fighting that. Now, mind you, this lady raised 7 guys. I'm her first girl. So she's never had a attitude, or a child with an attitude, or talking back, or anything like that. Like, so, but that's what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? So when it got to the point where we combating all the time, she was like, "Oh, well, you want to go be with your mama? Go ahead." So it's like from every other weekend she would let me go, and that's how I was.
Yep. Excuse me, can I set this up? Why can I set this, y'all? I'm
you
sorry.
can sit it.
I'm trying to do. I just sit over here, y'all. Is that
Thank
okay?
you, baby. Go ahead.
Yeah.
So, when I started going back around her, I want to say I was about 10, and my grandma used to let me go, like, on the school breaks and stuff like that. But, being honest, my mom was the person who introduced me to my baby daddy. I was 10. No, ain't no No, I was 10.
As I said, I'm saying at the same time with
I
that
was
being
10
said,
years
I know
old
that
when my mother introduced me to my who is now the guy who is now my child's father. I was 10, he was 13. And honestly, just being honest, the way she introduced me to him, she was like, if you gonna kick it with anybody, you gonna kick it with any hood rat. Excuse me.
Right.
But if you gonna kick it with anybody, I would rather you kick it with him. And you know, like I said, now that I'm a mother and then raise kids, you know, I can look back on the situation and know that that was wrong. Why are you introducing your 10-year-old child to this boy who is 13? And then at the time, my baby daddy, or the guy who, you know, eventually becomes my baby daddy, was already sexually active. He was 13, sexually active, and quote unquote had somebody who was claiming that he was their child father. So you know he's sexually active. Why is you hooking your virgin 10-year-old daughter up with a guy that's 13 out here sexually active? But whatever the situation was, like I said, we already discussed the situation of how my weekend boyfriend, my everyday boyfriend with Lil Lewis, and that's how I ended up losing my virginity to my baby daddy and whatever. And then even after that, like, it was crazy because it was like she was the one who was telling people that I was going to have a baby every year after that. And I'm like, why would you wish that on your child? Like,
exactly, because if anything, you would be hoping like, please, after
like
this, don't let him get pregnant no more.
But when I found out I was pregnant, I told my mom. My mom told me we was getting an abortion. That's what my mom told me. Now remind you, I'm adopted. 13. I'm adopted. I'm over here in the adopted family. The adopted family said, "Oh no, you raising this baby," and then I'm talking over here to this family. You know, the biological family. Like my mom, like, "No, you getting an abortion." So I had to have my mama go talk to my grandma to get my grandma to agree with it because she's my guardian.
Exactly.
When grandma finally agreed with it, we you know, on some stuff like this, it wasn't no GoFundMe back then, because we would have to GoFund my abortion, okay? But the family did come around. My baby daddy came up with some money and whatever, and we was gonna go through with the abortion. And we, you know, I went to the same place my OG went, and I don't know if you ever heard of him, Dr. Porn Picture. You should have. He was all over the news.
7 Mile Woodward.
He was on 7 Mile of Woodward. Then he went to 7 Mile of McCrary.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Dr. Porn Picture. She took me up to Dr. Porn Picture. Dr. Porn Picture told her what the price was and whatever. She stepped out the room. He gave me an ultrasound. He let me hear my baby heartbeat and whatever. My mama stepped back in the room. He asked her for the payment. She said all she had was, I want to say it was $175.
Because I remember he was taking food stamps. If you didn't.
Girl, don't play with me. So it's throwing me off because I'm like, okay, you only got $175, but where's all that money that we just had? Like, what did you plan on putting my abortion on layaway?
Exactly.
Like, and then you know what Dr. Porn Picture, so you know he took food stamps and all that stuff. So why you didn't have my money for my abortion? But yeah, so thank God, everything happens for a reason.
Yes, it does.
So that's the reason my daughter is here. And, you know, the reason that my life is way better than what it was, but totally. That situation, my mom was like, yeah, she feel like, I'm like, no, I don't hold a grudge against you.
I feel like that all the time.
I feel like you did me a favor. Because, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I think I wouldn't have all this independence that I have. As far as out here making sure that I have something to make sure that I can give it to somebody else or whatever. Like, my grandma instilled that in me. My grandma, like, has never worked a day in her life. The lady who raised me has never worked a day in her life. We have never been homeless. We ain't never went without no food. We always had clothes on our backs. Like, never got evicted. Wasn't nobody banging on our door late for payment. Like, none of that. None of that. Grandma had
my adopted mother was. I'm gonna show you a picture of my adopted mother.
She had a boyfriend who went to work every day, came home every weekend, and gave her check. I said, oh, that's who helped me start my first business, though. That's
But
how
I
knew
told her when I said, you know what? I
what I
said,
wanted to do.
when I got put in, I'm thankful that I got put in foster care.
Thank
and
you,
that I
God.
ran across this lady. This is my adopted
Why
mother.
she look like my grandma?
Do she?
Do I got a picture of her? I'm going to have to show you. I'm going to have to show you.
So,
All right,
I
y'all,
said,
see y'all later.
I said, I am thankful that I ran into that lady because my other two foster parents before her, when I said they was terrible, they was terrible.
And it's crazy now because they done turned around and put my grandma in the nursing home. And I feel so bad that they put her in the nursing home because I'm like, she don't deserve to be there.
And I told her when I said, why do you think I'll do what I do I said, there's a reason that I do what I do. Oh, she do.
Just
But
like.
I said, because I said I've seen stuff